Today, I'm going to talk to you about what Penn State fans can expect to see from Ciarrocca's offense and what he's going to bring to Penn State from Minnesota. Let's talk about philosophy and just overall who he is. First thing we need to understand is that he's a tempo guy, not a high-speed Chip Kelly tempo guy, but a tempo guy who does a lot of check at the lines. So first thing we're going to see right now, this is how tempo helps in the spread concept form right now. Let's look at the formation they're in. They're in trips open. This is a very simple concept. And what they do is they look at the sideline. Now, you can see that Sutherland here is playing safety. Now, Ciarrocca does a really good job of understanding that this safety is playing outside the hash. If he was inside the hash, he would expect this safety to roll over the top, and this would be cover three in this corner with bail. But because he sees this safety playing outside the hash, he knows that if they're going to roll to a cover three look, that this guy right here is actually going to probably roll to sky, and this corner is going to play cloud, and he's going to stay underneath for anything come underneath, especially knowing that the back is to his side. So when he goes through the process right now, and it's really impressive, what he does is he throws a street concept or a go concept. Ciarrocca loves throwing vertical concepts, but he does it in a very precise, well-planned method. What I want you to watch the quarterback. The quarterback is going to pull Sutherland. Sutherland is in charge of the deep third over here. But I really want you to see something, what I find really interesting. The quarterback does a great job. All right, he looks at the sidelines. He knows exactly what he's going to get to a side. Okay, so he looks over. They re-ID the mic. Okay, watch the quarterback's eyes. Notice how the quarterback is going to move his eyes to the field side, which is going to hold Sutherland exactly where he wants to be into his pedal. This quarterback knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. He's going to go to the single side receiver. He just takes it, flips it, he lets it go. Now, if you go back and look, this is going to put both guys in a bind right now. And this is how the receiver gets running wide open. So let's take a look at it from wide again. I want you to see something. Okay, the receiver gets himself open because Castor Fields lets him go into his blind spot. Because again, he's in cloud. He's looking for anything coming into the flat. Notice it's basically 4 underneath, 3 over the top coverage. All right, now, Sutherland gets himself in a really bad situation because he should be rolling over to that point. That's why he blows by him. Castor Fields didn't have vertical concept. He actually had the cloud or the flat or the hook, the curl, and it was Sutherland's fault. Quarterback's eyes, good coaching, great concept, allowed Penn State to be in a really bad situation. Now let's talk about what's happening right now. First simple rule. You actually, in this situation, have just a two-back look or a tight or a wing look. I want you to see what they're doing. He knows they're going to roll cover 3 to the field. There's 2 simple ways to determine they're going to do this. Again, number 1, watch what happens. He sees this safety creep himself up, and he sees number 6 put himself into the line of scrimmage. So he knows, again, I see man, so I know that the only way that they can roll is with these linebackers. And he sees that the field side is where it's coming. And you can go back to what you saw before. He's going to call the wide zone, okay, to the boundary because he knows he has numbers to that side. That's a 7-yard gain. Let's watch it from the end zone. He's got a 1 shade right here. He knows that the extra roll down is coming from this side over here. Okay, it's easy concept, easy to see. He gets on the line of scrimmage. He calls the new play. Okay, you're going to get a nice easy concept. There's your roll down. Okay, so again, 1, okay, 2, 3, 4 gaps, but I only have 3 defenders, especially if the guard can cut 36 off, which he gets himself and runs by it. It's all about numbers with Ciarrocca. You really need to understand how impressive it is that he can see this in such a hurry from the booth. Now, notice that a lot of the time, Minnesota doesn't have tight ends going routes. They're there for protection, but they're also there to create the exact look that the run game would make it look like to open up the route concepts for the 2 guys running the route. Really what's happening right here, this is an old school dagger concept. You can see what's happening right now. It's a very simple, very easy concept to see. Quarterback knows what's happening. He sees number 6, okay? Number 6 is gonna roll himself all the way out. And what he notices is that they're gonna force themselves into cover 3. The only way they can take advantage of this is if Taylor, the safety, rolls himself down, and then all of a sudden you get yourself in a situation where Lamont has to be in the deep third. So even if Lamont doesn't come running into the box right here, he's still going to be in a really bad spot because he has the deep third, so he should have been cleared out anyways. You're going to get somebody to hold the linebacker with a flat, and then you're going to get the deep dig by the outside receiver. This is how a simple 3-man concept is going to get wide open because, again, this is cover 3. You've got deep thirds. He's got a third, he's got a third, he's got a third. And what's going to happen is this guy right here is going to clear the inside one, and this guy is going to run the deep dig right underneath that clear out route. Quarterback makes an easy read, the easy decision. And again, there's no real pass rush because of the threat of the run. This looks like wide zone. You can see the flow. It creates a longer time for the opportunity for these routes to get deeper, and it's going to create the same look. Notice how these linebackers are filling these gaps. Notice how the safety rolls himself down. There's no real pass rush. It's more they're trying to stop the run as fast as they can, which allows for a nice clean pocket, easy dig concept, and it puts them in a bind. Now let's talk about the other concepts Ciarrocca really gets himself into. Number one, Ciarrocca loves the RPO. That's why you see so many big plays off of slant glance concepts, and this is why you see so many big plays when only a couple receivers are out in routes. He is a huge RPO guy. So I want you to see what's going on right here. What he sees is he sees man, okay? It gives back to tempo. He sees man. So all he's really running right now is he's going to run a glance post with the outside receiver. And all he's going to read, he knows right now, I have 7 gaps. So he knows there's only 6 guys in the box. So somebody has to fill a gap. And he knows for a fact that number 6, the outside linebacker, is going to fill the gap because they're in man. So he knows the linebackers are filling gaps and not safeties. So all he's going to do is he's going to get the bang post. This is an RPO. It's easy to tell because the linemen are actually getting downfield. Receiver has to win inside. He stems them up. Okay, stacks them vertical, bangs to the slant. Again, you have one high safety that's kind of helping out. But again, you get a nice clean read. That's a 13-yard gain. But again, it goes back to the idea of everything has to look like the run. Everything looks the same in the Minnesota offense, which is going to be what you guys see at Penn State. Really impressive read, throw, and catch. Okay, now let's talk about this. Now we're going to talk about the RPO, but he understands the run fits. He's in trips open. There are 7 guys in the box, but the real thing you need to understand is this. There's only 6 gaps. So what he has to see is who are the 6 and where are they coming from? And can that 7th defender make a play on the RPO? Count the numbers, 1, 2, 3. You only have 2 guys. He knows he's in cover 3 because he's going to roll that safety down right now. So he knows that this guy's going to bail out, but the question is, can he make a play on this RPO right here? He sees him play in the box, watch him expand. He knows right now there are 7 guys in the box. They're trying to outnumber me. I'm going to throw the RPO right now with the crawfish. Again, doesn't seem like much. It seems like something simple, but this is going to cause Penn State to rotate to that trips, which is going to cause this weak side run game to open. All right, let's talk about this one. Very impressive. Okay, so it's real simple. You got trips open again. So again, now we got beat with the RPO to this side. So now I'm going to put the linebacker out. I'm going to bump my middle linebacker out. I'm going to bring my weak side linebacker here. Now, again, you have 5 guys in the box. You are outnumbered at the trip side, and so you see what's happening right here. You have 6 gaps. The only person that can fit the extra gap is either going to be this guy or this guy. Quarterback knows if I run weak, that this guy playing in the middle of the field at almost 15 yards deep is going to have to make a play on the weak side. So we're just going to run weak and not worry about anything else because the only person that can fit the gap is the guy that ends up making the play, but almost 20 yards down the field. It's all about numbers and leverage. Again, so let's talk about this one. So this is a play action. This is what we call a quick game play action. They're going to run what's called a win fin. The inside receiver is going to win a slant over the top of the outside linebacker, and the outside guy is going to run what we call flat end, but it's going to be a pause flat end. So as you know, you have 8 gaps, so they're going to have to bring an 8th defender in the box. He knows for a fact that this safety is going to roll down, and they're going to roll to a cover 3. So all the quarterback is going to do is he's going to read this flat defender. If this flat defender stays flat and expands to the flat, he's going to throw the slant behind him. If this guy walls number 2 all the way back, he's going to hit the flat end. Notice that the outside linebacker doesn't collision number 2. He gets to the flat because he has flat presence in cover 3. Slant is open, so the win is already open. Again, simple quick game RPO, 2 guys in the route, that's it. Okay, but they're going to allow their playmakers to get the ball. Notice the receivers for Minnesota were definitely the high-end part. They were fast kids. So what they did was they put them in space one-on-one and made the quarterback have a really easy read. That's a very simple concept a lot of NFL teams run, and you guys are going to see it at Penn State. All right, last thing I want to show you, and this is about his slip screen and his tunnel screen game. He is all about the tunnel screens and slip screens. Number one thing you need to understand is that when he runs his concepts, he's looking for where they're going to roll, and he's going to look for the extra gap. If you take a look here, it's real simple. There are 7 gaps. So he knows somewhere on this field there has to be a 7th defender that's going to roll into the box. He knows that it's going to be the safety because he's playing outside the hash. He also knows they're going to roll away, which is going to allow me to have numbers over here. So what he does is he calls the tunnel screen to the field because he knows they're going to run to the boundary. Really impressive how they do this. He takes it off. You get the tunnel screen. Now it's real simple. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. And because this guy's in cover 3, he's so far deep, I don't have to worry about him because I'm coming back underneath this thing. This is what Ciarrocca is about to bring to Penn State. The athletes at Penn State are way better than the athletes at Minnesota. You guys should be excited. I'm excited for you.